where the Jacksons came from.
It's called Gary. The place is called Gary.
Gary, well, yeah.
I'll run out of names over there or what?
Gary, Indiana. Okay. Now, students, parents, and the principal were present when this trophy, which is, I said, inscribed, Bailey Preparatory Academy Most Annoying Male, reportedly were present at the end of the year awards, because they're going into summer over there, okay?
Yeah, and they don't school and...
Yeah. Got handed this trophy. Now, the father said, as a principal or a teacher, you should never let this happen to any student. Now, he's claimed that the educator tried to play off the situation as a joke.
It's no joke.
It's no joke.
It's no joke.
Which he found insensitive, obviously, to his son's special needs. He said, I don't want any other kids to go through this. Just because they've got special needs doesn't mean they don't have feelings. Now, since the news of this alleged incident broke, many have expressed their anger online, blasting it as offensive and appalling. Now, I find it completely and utterly appalling because, look, as I don't have kids at the moment, you've got one son who is now an adult. But what's to say that I'm not going to have a child that's not completely healthy, who could be non-verbal, all that kind of stuff.
Yes, absolutely right.
He's a special needs teacher, and he goes and does that.
But he did extra school to learn how to best look after and nurture these kids. That's right.
He went to school, then all of a sudden I'm going to go back to school to become a teacher and then do more school. You idiot.
Nowhere in the curriculum does it say, single out a poor autistic boy and call him the most annoying in class.
Exactly right. Most annoying male. Now, look, I've got a list as long as both of my arms that I could give that to. Mostly Rove McManus, David Kosh,
Tim Cook,
the current weatherman on this is all beeped out, by the way. The censors have gotten to me.
Oh.
Or Alan Jones. Ugh. The government, they've done it again, haven't they? Listen, now look, school officials have confirmed that they've met with the family and disciplinary action would be taken against any faculty involved in the incident. So not only are they going to shove a splintered broom handle this idiot.
Well, they should pummel him to death with the trophy, like the heavy end, because it's made of marble. I saw the photo.
I'm going to stop short of what I really wanted to say. You know what? It's the burble. They should organise a that.
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
Why not? Well, the student's done nothing. Chud over here went and spent the time making to get it engraved. Someone that
and him alone.
Dead set. They said that they're going to do a smackdown, and they acknowledge that the potential impact of such an experience could have on a child's mental well-being, self-esteem, and their overall level of comfortability in a learning environment going forward, which is the most PC things to say, right? If I was a principal of that school, I'd take...
I'd give him that many rights, he'd beg me for a left.
This is The Burble with Benny and Az.
Back close to home, Benny. Back to the game that was Game 1, State of Origin.
State of Origin, Queensland!
Yeah.
Anyway, 18-14.
Moving on from the actual score of the game.
Actually, just to be honest, I thought it was one of the best.
It was a good game.
It was a great game.
It was a great game. But moving away from the on-field controversy to the off-field controversy now, where some of the players refused to sing the anthem in protest.
Now, listen, do they actually have to sing the anthem? Because, like, footy heads are basically footy, and that's all they know. Because they're footy stars, because, you know, basically it's just all about footy. But the thing is, though, do they have time in their footy career to actually learn the Australian national anthem?
Well, they're getting paid $500,000 a season. You'd think they would have the respect to learn the anthem, wouldn't you?
But it's not on the coach's sheet. I don't see it on the coach's sheet. And let's be honest, Wayne Bennett, for example, who's now the coach of South Sydney, rarely speaks at all. So do you think he's going to sing?
Well, he's non-verbal.
Well, yeah, pretty much you've seen him like trying to get any grabs, and I've tried to interview Wayne Bennett over the years, trying to get anything. that was my job on radio.
No, but
But
can you respectfully decline and go and interview a toilet bowl instead or something?
I would have got more words out of it.
Yeah,
But
exactly,
anyway,
right.
go. So they're
Right, so
Did they actually come out and say, I refuse to sing the anthem? Did they?
they staged a silent protest, and it was including Cody Walker, Latrell Mitchell, Addo Carr, and Will Chambers. Now, 11 of the 34 players were observed on the footage not singing.
Yeah, well, okay, that's fine. They're preparing for a big game.
Yeah, but it was apparently a silent protest.
Oh, so hang on a minute. It's a silent protest now that they come out after the game saying that I didn't want to sing it. Now, what's the reason?
It's hard to say because players...
Because you need to know that players have mumbled along for years because they
Exactly.
don't know the words. And I'm being
Yeah, but
correct
at
with
least they
that.
had a crack at it. You
I'm
know,
not-
like they were like, na na na, gut, na na, see, fair.
So they're not all
These
skilled.
guys didn't even try.
They're not all skilled in singing the national anthem. Not all of them are standing next to a green dragon and named Julie Anthony. Because you need to remember, Julie Anthony is the best person that's ever sang that song. Well, not the best person that's sang that song, but she can sing the out of it.
Yes, you can. Or
'Cause
could. Or...
Julie Anthony, I reckon by now is qualified for the fact that she could add words into it, and we would just love it. So, like, Australians all let us rejoice because we're full of beer and pills. And you'd be like, did she just say that? But you'd just keep going.
And then the entire western suburbs would be like, yeah, mate.
Oh, shut! Look at Julie! Hooker!
Anyway, look, they were pro.
Don't they?
Shut up, Darren. They were protesting, amongst other things, race, Australia, all of that normal stuff. And it's like when
Yeah,
the
we
footy-
don't want to handle a hot potato.
No, we're not. And so they had a protest. Good on them, but no one really cared. We're more worried about the price of power, the environment, who's going to win the game. You know what the Scott Morrison's going to do next, whether the AFP is going to kick your door in.
Yeah. Well, the reason why you're mentioning this is there is an opinion piece on news.com.au. Basically, is it going to change anything? I have read up about it, and so what they want to do is they want to change the word young in the Australian National Anthem to being for we are strong and free. I've got no objection to that, but obviously since 1984, since I've learnt the Australian National Anthem,
Yep.
that is for we are young and free.
Yeah.
However, though, I understand, though, with Indigenous Australians who have been here for reportedly 40,000
Yes.
years in this land, you know what? We are a strong nation.
We are.
Maybe it's time to actually change it to the word strong. However, though, having said that, I'm really for vigorous debate on why we should change it to that.
Yep.
But flat out refusing to actually sing the national anthem on television
It's a bit much.
is a bit much. So
I mean,
what
it's-
is that actually teaching others?
Well, that you can have a patty till you get your own way.
No, well, no. Like, I just thinking
I mean,
that, like,
focusing on the wrong things. Like, I get these blokes want to make a difference. Happy days, right? Look good.
and let's do it.
But honestly, is changing young to strong going to change anything? Is it going to change the 200 years of oppression the First Nation peoples got when we first arrived? As not me, but, you know, white man England and all of that. Is it going to stop the race riots? Is it going to change any of that?
Well, it's actually interesting you say that, as because they have over the years changed a lot of other things. For example, the nursery rhyme "Baba Black Sheep."
Oh, let's not go there.
No. But they've done it. Like, I'm not making fun, but they've done it,
That's
and
just-
with reason.
No, there's no reason. That's just ridiculous.
But they've changed it.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay,
This is slightly
But
different.
are they? No, hang on. Wait. Because I'm about to move on to where is enough.
Okay.
So what I'm asking is basically, so Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we discussed this a little while ago.
Yeah, what is it? What is it now? It's Barbar, rainbow sheep.
Something like that.
Have
But-
you any wool? Yes, non-gender specific, binary, fluid, human.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
non-
what about Little Bo Peep? Like, you know, like, why is it her job to do that? People are arguing about that. But what about Ringa Ringa Rosie? Now, do you know the story about...
I know exactly what Ringa Ringa Rosie is about.
Yes.
And I was going to bring it up, but you beat me to it.
Thank you.
Now, Ringa Ringa Rosie, a pocket full of posies, actually refers to the bubonic plague. One of the first symptoms you get is a round ring-like lesion on the skin.
Yes.
Then followed by a racking cough before your insides quickly liquefy and you shit yourself out of your ass.
Pretty much.
Now, a pocket full of posies meant that they carried around herbs, spices, and flowers in their pockets to carry their mouths to try and cover the stench, and they thought that it would stop the miasma, as they knew it back then, from spreading.
Yep.
Now, it's actually rooted in history. It's not a bullshit made-up fairy tale.
Around the village of Eyam in England.
Exactly. So now they were all like, we've got to change Ring-a-Ring-a-Rosie because it's too dark. F*** that. It's history. Like, you want to go back. Now, let's take this another step with the whole, we've got to change it to make people happy.
I just want to stop here for a second. We are getting to the nonsense. Hang around.
Do we change Neil Armstrong when he jumps out of the Eagle Lander and he says this is one small step for mankind? Do we now have to go back and overdub that with this is one small step for non-gender binary fluid attack helicopters who don't want to make a decision about their sexuality right now?
Can we change it to there's no 7-Elevens up here?
Well, but seriously, that's what I'm saying. You can't go back and rewrite history. It is history.
Who's going to be the first astronaut to piss on the lunar surface? Like, just go...
They're going to have a heavily insulated member.
What would happen if you whacked it out?
It would freeze.
On the moon?
You know those videos where you put stuff in liquid nitrogen and then bang it against the desk and it just shatters?
So you roll... Really? So what's the point?
Okay, so the moon is like 200 degrees...
cold or 200 degrees hot?
Well, both. Depends if you're in the shade or in the sun.
So what if the NASA scientists got the math right?
Right.
And then go, you have exactly 10 seconds...
To slash one out.
Yep.
Well, the really cool thing is because the gravity...
See, I told you the nonsense was coming, everyone.
The gravity is so much less. You know when you arc your stream? You could get a massive piss arc, like taller than you, and probably...
Are you telling me that you could piss
feet
across the Sea of Tranquility on the...
Probably not quite that far, but it'd be an impressive arc.
Would it, when the sun came up, though, and you managed to whip out and you're still mid-arc...
Turn to steam. Gone.
Oh, shit.
And... if you're in the shade,
Elon,
it's like ice. Diling, 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 diling.
Elon, that's, you know what, impressive for someone to walk on the moon. I want to be the first person to piss on it.
Imagine snapping one off.
Oh, shit.
Exactly.
Loose talk, even looser opinions. The Burble.
Just realised we didn't have a speed round in this comeback episode of The Burble. Anyway, let's move to the hot topic of the night. If you ran a brothel, right? But you decided that, business is down because of the local Thai massage with the happy ending. It seems to get more business.
Oh, the old backyard rub and tug.
Yeah. So apparently, though, that the brothels businesses are down because, let's face it, people who frequent the brothels apparently now are just finding internet porn a little bit more exciting. Like, they might want the personal one-on-one touch, the smell of despair and foundation that comes...
And the last three blokes that have been in here before you.
Exactly right. Yeah. That comes with, your local...
Your old knock and shop. What I would like to do is I'd like to open my own rub and tug, but... right. But instead of the happy ending, you do the unhappy ending.
What's that?
So she comes in and talks to you about the state of the economy and the state of the environment, and that's the unhappy ending.
Actually, that would be a really great way for the Greens to rise to power.
Or rise something.
So the old marketing adage is that sex sells, right? But a range of licensed... Hang on a minute. Are brothels licensed?
Some. Yeah, now you can... if you're going to have... like a cat house now.
Is that
well, it's one of the colloquialisms for a brothel.
Right, a cat house.
A cat house. You literally, you have to have a license. So it's all above board. So, make sure none of your girls are like...
they're in a union?
They're probably in
so
a union.
They don't get over?
So they don't, give you... Like, they've got to be clean and shit. And make sure that, the facilities are clean and there's no, ropey all over the walls and things. And it's like the health inspector. I assume that it's just a root shop inspector that just goes around with a clipboard, right? And he's got the black light and the checkboard. And he walks around and goes, very good. Her aren't green. We're good to go. All right, we'll swing the black light around here. Yeah,
Can you imagine what you call him again? The root shop.
The root shop inspector.
The root shop inspector. He pulls a black light out, and then the theme to CSI just starts. Wow! Bum, 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 bum. Well, anyway.
And we keep it called STI.